What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Magic Game World. You know, it is an absolutely incredible time to be an RPG fan. Seriously. For years, it felt like our favorite kind of game, that deep, isometric, choice-driven CRPG, was this niche little corner of the world. But after the absolute megaton explosion that was Baldur's Gate 3, well, it feels like the whole world has finally woken up to what we've known all along. So if you're like me, if your gaming DNA was forged in the fires of Black Isle, if you spent countless hours charting the caves of Avernum, or if you just loved the sheer delicious villainy of a game like Tyranny, then this list is for us. Today, we are diving into 10 amazing-looking isometric RPGs on the horizon that are carrying that classic torch forward. We've got turn-based, we've got real-time with pause, we've got it all. So let's get into it. So kicking things off is a name that should make any tabletop fan nod in appreciation: Solasta 2. Look, the team behind the first game absolutely nailed that faithful D&D 5e rule set, and they are not messing with the winning formula. You're again creating a party of 4 adventurers and heading out on a new grand-scale adventure. But the big change up this time? They're opening the world up. You'll be able to freely roam the continent of Nikos, which adds a whole new layer of exploration to that crunchy, tactical combat we loved from the first one. It's just pure, uncut tabletop goodness. Alright, so that's our classic high fantasy fix. But what if you want to take that tactical depth and just crank the grit and desperation up to 11? Well, that brings us to our next one, The Way of Wrath. The setup here is just brutal. You're a Bronze Age chieftain, your people are on the brink of annihilation, and you have exactly 10 days to prepare for the final assault. This isn't just about winning battles. It's a strategy RPG about leadership, survival, and making impossible choices in a frozen, hostile world where your allies can die for good. If you love that feeling of being against the wall with everything on the line, man, this one looks like it will be an absolute gut punch in the best way possible. Whew, okay, that one sounds intense. So we've had swords and sorcery, we've had primal survival. How about we trade those bronze spears for blasters? Get ready for Star Wars Zero Company. And folks, the pedigree here is insane. This is a single-player, turn-based tactics game. It's from Bit Reactor, this studio founded by actual XCOM veterans, and they're working with Respawn. It's set in the twilight of the Clone Wars, and you're leading a gritty mercenary squad. This is the grounded, boots-on-the-ground, tactical Star Wars CRPG that so many of us have been dreaming about for years. It just sounds too good to be true, and I cannot wait to see it in action. Alright, after all that serious galaxy-ending stuff, let's just get weird for a minute. Like, really weird. If you're a fan of Disco Elysium's incredible writing and bizarre world, then you need to put Esoteric Ebb on your watch list immediately. This is an isometric CRPG where you're a government goon, a cleric, investigating an exploding tea shop. But the best part? Just like in Disco, your own stats have personalities and will literally argue with each other inside your head. It's a game that encourages you to embrace chaos, fail forward, and probably ruin the entire campaign in the most spectacular way possible. It just looks brilliantly creative. From the wonderfully weird, let's ground ourselves back in some epic dark fantasy. If you're looking for that next massive adventure with a huge roster and world-saving stakes, our 5th game, Prelude Dark Pain, should be on your list. This is a classic turn-based tactical RPG where you play as a blacksmith leading a revolution against a tyrannical holy order. I'm talking a roster of over 20 playable heroes, deep skill trees, and even a settlement management system. It's just giving me those big classic CRPG vibes where your choices genuinely matter, even down to which heroes you can actually recruit. Okay, so we've had our fill of classic European fantasy for a moment. What's so great about this genre is how it can take us to completely new places. And our next game, Shadow of the Road, does just that. This is a turn-based RPG set in 1868 Japan during a civil war, but it's a world where ancient yokai and magic exist alongside massive steampunk machinery. The aesthetic alone is just incredible. You're assembling a team of Ronin and other heroes, and it's promising deep tactical combat where your relationships and personal loyalties can actually affect the battlefield. That blend of history, myth, and tech is just so cool. From steampunk Japan, we're now journeying to a world that feels steeped in folklore and ancient magic. Our 7th game is Legends of Awen. This is a CRPG built on Unreal 5 and inspired by Celtic mythology. You're in a world of bards who can literally curse you with a song, and druids who wield ancient nature magic. The devs are really emphasizing the role-playing part of RPG here, with a deep reputation system and even options to de-escalate combat through dialogue and non-lethal skills. For anyone who loves a world that feels truly magical and wants their choices to have real weight, Legends of Awen looks absolutely beautiful. Alright, this one is for the purists, for the real old school tabletop nerds out there. I'm looking at you. Game number 8 is Revenge of the Firstborn. This is a turn-based RPG proudly, and I mean proudly, built on the classic 3.5 SRD rule set. You're creating a full party of 6, diving into a massive story, and engaging in some seriously deep and tactical combat. We're talking mounted combat, flying enemies, pit traps, all that stuff that makes a tabletop session great. It even has a separate roguelike dungeon mode. If you're someone who misses that deep, crunchy, number-heavy mechanics of older editions, this game is being made specifically for you. Now, while Revenge of the Firstborn is all about those deep rules, our 9th game is all about high stakes and strategic command. This is Band of Crusaders. You're not just some adventurer, you are the Grand Master of a knightly order leading a crusade against a demonic invasion in a dark fantasy Europe. The combat is tactical and party-based, but here's the kicker. It has permadeath. Every loss is permanent. On top of that, you're managing your entire camp and roster of knights, almost like a medieval XCOM. It sounds intense, challenging, and perfect for anyone who wants a layer of strategic management on top of their tactical RPG. And that brings us to our final game. We focused a lot on the turn-based revival, but we can't forget the other pillar of classic CRPGs. For everyone who grew up loving the pause-and-play rhythm of the original Baldur's Gate, of Pillars of Eternity, of Dragon Age Origins, our 10th game, Worldstone Chronicles, is for you. This is a massive, story-driven RPG that uses real-time with pause combat. The character customization looks absolutely staggering. We're talking over 17 subclasses and 400 abilities. It's promising a huge world, deep dialogue, and that classic tactical control of pausing the action to issue commands. It looks like a true love letter to that style of RPG. Whew, so there you have it. 10 incredible-looking isometric RPGs that prove that the golden age of the genre is far from over. In fact, it feels like it's just getting started all over again. What an amazing time to be a fan. So, which of these games are you most hyped for, and are there any big ones you think I missed? Seriously, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're all looking forward to. Thanks for watching, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives like this, and we'll see you next time right here on Magic Game World.